A few months ago, I competed in the Nuzlocke Invitational, where I coached Leslie, aka Fuslie, through her very first ever Nuzlocke and the following VGC tournament. Fuslie was a model student, persisting through the intricacies of Nuzlocking, bad tournament matchups, and the most devilish randomized Samurott the world's ever seen. I came out of that event with a few new friends, proud of our tournament run, and immensely grateful that I get to play children's video games for a living. Leslie, on the other hand, came out of it with an insatiable hunger for more Nuzlockes and more VGC tournaments. She became obsessed, and nothing would stop her until children the world over considered her the greatest player to ever pick up the game. So 6 months later, Fuslie and I have reunited for another Nuzlocke, and this time I'm playing too. That's right, we're scaling the Twin Peaks of the Soul Link. Except these mountaintops aren't quite identical, because this is the world's first asymmetrical two-player Nuzlocke. Probably. You can kind of just say stuff on the internet. Now, Fuslie is the student of indisputably the world's greatest Nuzlocker, so by proxy, she's basically the world's second greatest Nuzlocker, but we do still need to level the playing field between us a bit. So I will be playing Pokémon Renegade Platinum, my favorite ROM hack of all time, while Fuslie will be tackling Baseline Platinum. I don't think anybody's ever done something like this before, so we will see how it goes. Again, probably. For the uninitiated, a Pokemon Soul Link inextricably binds both our souls and those of our Pokemon. Every encounter in my game will be linked to Fuslie's encounter from the same route. Our teams must have matching pairs at all times, and if one Pokemon perishes, then the other is also pulled into the Shadow Realm by invisible strings, never to be seen or heard from again. Soul Links are a massive challenge. Taking one on as Leslie's second ever Nuzlocke is a steep hill to climb. And what's more, like Miss Bush, we've got to sprint up the damn thing, because thanks to both of our equally busy lives, we've only got 3 days to make it to the Hall of Fame. So the name of the game is speed and efficiency. But before we start, Leslie does remind me of one final rule.
The number one rule of a Nuzlocke is it's to have fun, you know?
Yes. That was beautiful. Before we knew it, we were loading into Twin Leaf Town, where we have our first big decision of the run, our starters. I would like Turtwig.
Oh, cool. I wasn't gonna pick Turtwig. I was gonna
Okay, word.
Infernape.
Good. That's what I would have recommended. In order for us to actually win this thing, I'm gonna need specific Pokemon to deal with the scariest threats of Renegade Platinum, and the Turtwig here is a classic staple in many key fights since he has the incredible ability Shell Armor. 50% of the time. Well, with our turtle chimp pair, we're immediately jumped by our respective rivals, which we both easily squash, giving us the chance to nickname our starters and a chance for Fuslie to be reminded of their frail mortality.
Well, they're gonna grow up, right? So maybe we can use the old
if we're lucky.
Oh, I guess you're right. Shit. They might not make it there.
For nicknames, we settle on Taylor the Turtwig and Swift the Chimchar because we can't be anyone but ourselves. And once we felt the cold steel of Pokeballs in our hands, it's time for our first encounters. I want Masquerain.
I got Bidoof.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Oh, shit. That's never something you want to hear 3 minutes into a Soul Link, but in finding a Starly, I realized that I had forgotten to factor in an important aspect of Soul Links: overlapping encounters. While I am happy to see the tiny bird, it does mean that Fuslie can no longer catch one herself. And since Vanilla Platinum has significantly fewer unique encounters than Renegade Platinum, it's not great that I've inadvertently locked Fuslie into a pair of bird-shaped handcuffs that has immediate ramifications, as it means that she can no longer get an encounter on Route 201. Just kidding, I forgot about Kricketot. So crisis averted. Joining Taylor and Swift on our teams is a certain football player duo, Brock and Purdy. For Kricketot to spawn, Fuslie just needs to change the time on her very real Nintendo DS, which proves far more difficult than expected. Damn you, antiquated Nintendo hardware! Anyways, we're finally able to add Tater and Tot to our teams. Route 202 rewards us with CatDog the Centret Shinx, who, unlike their constantly bickering namesakes, are alike in nature. Back in Twin Leaf Town, I snag Renegade Platinum's gift Eevee while Fuslie braves the wildlife-infested waters of the local pond. Technically, my Eevee should lock Fuslie out of a later Eevee encounter, but we decide that this is fine as long as we both use different evolutions. There's just one problem, though.
Okay, I want an Umbreon.
Oh.
Did you want Umbreon?
Umbreon's the best, but
Listen, I insist that I take Umbreon.
parting someone from their favorite evolution is a hard ask, and one I'm absolutely gonna make here. Ooh, relaxed? That's really good for Umbreon, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but like natures are overrated.
Damn, she's using my own words against me.
Stop letting the nature of your Pokemon dictate its role on your team.
Well, for now, we add fish and chips to our party. And sure, Fuslie's not getting an Eevee right now, but she's also not exactly dealing with chopped sashimi here either.
Gyarados is an S-tier encounter.
What genius told you that?
You did. I watched your video.
On Route 204, we acquire Predator the Goldeen and Prey the Wormpole, whereas Ravage Path yields the duo of Batman and Robin. Good time for a pair of crime fighters because our rival's here to shake us down again.
No pressure if you lose someone.
It would be so embarrassing.
Fortunately for me, the Cloth of Averages is helping me out today. Dog lands 2 75% accurate slams to take out Starly, and while Tater can't quite muster enough damage to two-shot my rival's Munchlax, he hits a measly Icy Wind on his metronome roll. A nice tail whip ensures that Tater's double kick nabs the KO with no potion in sight, and then Robin uses his aquatic expertise to easily dispatch Chimchar. Leslie, meanwhile, employs the tried and true combo of speed up and repeatedly pressing the A button. We've got Roark up next, with just a few measly trainers who should be complete pushovers in between.
Alright, let's go and...
Slow down! Slow down!
Look, it's not exactly a well-kept secret that Fuslie loves to use speed up, oftentimes to the detriment of her runs. But there is literally nothing I or anyone else could possibly say or do to stop her from doing it. It's like asking a bird not to fly, or a corgi not to bark, at everything. It was inevitable that her speed up would and will continue to get us into trouble. We descend into the Orberg mines and unearth Spaghetti the Onyx and Meatballs the Geodude before meeting up with Roark and remind him of his most important job, hitting teenagers with rocks. Well, out of the mines, we pick up Brokeback the Machop and Mountain the Ponyta, and now there's nothing left to do but face off against Roark. For this gym, my squad is going to be Taylor, Purdy, Tater, Robin, Spaghetti, and Predator, which means that Leslie has to bring Swift, Brock, Tot, Batman, Meatball, and Prey. Remember, Soul Link rules state that we have to have the same Pokemon in our parties at all times, resulting in a delicate balancing act, because I have to make sure that I have the tools necessary to finish my fights without leaving Fuslie high and dry for hers. Luckily for this first fight, she really only needs one Pokemon. Is it just me, or does her Meatballs have Serene Grace? Rock Smash might have a 50% chance to cause a defense drop, but Meatball's hidden ability lets him tear through Roark's team in 6 moves.
Don't want to apply any pressure. I have defeated my first gym.
Did you just click Rock Smash a bunch of times?
Yeah, the whole time.
Now, my fight relies on Meatball's noodlier other half, and as long as I've got Fuslie's luck, this fight should be a cakewalk. Spaghetti takes advantage of Roark's penchant for setting up Stealth Rock and Sandstorm to get off 4 curses, which along with her held muscle band should be enough to get me through the rest of the fight. At this point, it comes down to one tiny thing.
I'm banking on 0 critical hits happening to my Onix.
5 Pokemon left, so 5 turns of dodging crits. Roark's Geodude bulldozes, and there is a crit, but it's from my bulldoze, which was totally unnecessary. Next is the mirror match, and again, no crit. But even with crits, we wouldn't have lost Spaghetti there. This is the tricky one. Roark's Flame Orb guts Larvitar. A crit from this little rock eater and Spaghetti is super dead. But though Larvitar may have Protect to ensure the Flame Orb proc, he doesn't have the most important thing in Pokemon: luck. 3 more totally riskless bulldozes and a lot of no crit chanting later, the first gym badge is down. Flawless, riskless execution. With the first gym badge in our hands, we've got a lot of busy work to do before our next big fight, which gives Fuslie a chance to open up about a deep, dark secret that she's been holding in.
I did a I was playing Pokemon Platinum.
Wait, you were playing Pokemon Platinum? Like just regular Platinum?
It was a triple Soul Link. That we were doing no speed up whatsoever. So I got real familiar. I think with my eyes closed, I can go from Eterna City to.
I'm your sloppy seconds. I see.
No, that was a different thing. This is this is a whole different thing.
I'm doing a Soul Link with Yon. So.
Okay, so we're both allowed 1 Soul Link outside of our current Soul Link.
Yeah, we never said
Past
we were
that,
exclusive.
no, it's true. We're not. You're right. We're not exclusive. I'm gonna Soul Link with others. You're gonna Soul Link with others. It's not a big deal. Nobody even cares. No one's mad about it. We're so freaking chill.
Yeah, exactly. Well, anyways, I gotta go.
Wait, what? You have to go? What, to do your ancestral Soul Link with Yan?
Let's just see who has to go first, I guess.
Well, you know that I have to go at 4 p.m. I said it in the DMs.
For what? For what? Oh, that's right, to spend time with other people.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I mean, that was tomorrow we're Soul Linking, the day after we're Soul Linking, and if it need be, the day after we're Soul Linking, and then in Cobblemon, we're gonna have a house.
Saying a lot of words. You're saying a lot of words.
Well, because
I struck a nerve.
Well, listen, I don't get mad when you and Yan are doing your ancestral Soul Link. In fact, I'm happy for you guys.
Aw. That's because you're a better person than I am.
With the scars of our respective betrayals mended, we've arrived at one of the early game's most fearsome locations, Valley Windworks. Inside lurk Mars and her Purugly, a Pokemon capable of taking KOs regardless of whether you're playing Renegade Platinum or the original. Luckily, we've got a relaxing task before that challenge, a new encounter. With Slug and Slay on the team, it's now time to face off against Mars. First up, her Zubat falls prey to our perfectly synchronized one-shots. Next, for Fuslie, Meatball continues his Serene Grace sweep.
Oh my god, too easy! I was scared of this fight.
On my end, Spaghetti takes down Purugly, albeit more slowly, and then Mountain is free to make quick work of Bronzor and Yanma. We proceed north, hands firmly off the speed up button, to take down a few trainers and grab a new encounter. Chapel the Hoppip and Roan the Buizel in tow, we now head to Eterna Forest to link up with Cheryl and her Chansey. Now, if you've ever played Renegade Platinum before, you'll know that Cheryl is one of the many additional fights that the game's creator, Drayano, has added to make Renegade Platinum even harder and longer. But in the interest of better matching Fuslie's playthrough, I paid Drayano 1,000 flybucks to create Pokemon Renegade Platinum Lite, which removes all the fights that are not in baseline Platinum. Otherwise, while I was doing those fights, Fuslie would just be sitting there like a sad little frog on a log. Anyways, at this point, I'm feeling great. Purugly is down, we're on a pretty good pace, and with Cheryl healing our Pokemon, we're in the clear till Eterna.
Oh shit!
Hi, I'm Flygon HG. Every year, Speed Up claims the life of thousands of Pokemon, both ones already owned and ones that are still looking for their forever home. These sweet, beautiful creatures are innocent. They don't deserve to die. Slow down, save a life, save an editor some grief, and join me in the national campaign to play games slow. Wait, that's it? What do you mean? I don't know. Normally when you show your face, it's a sponsorship segue. Is that not what this is? No, it's just like a live action bit. I've been trying to do them a little more, get more comfortable in front of the camera, but you bringing it up kind of makes me feel self-conscious. Oh, geez, I didn't mean to. You're doing a great job stepping out of your comfort zone and growing as a creator. Now I feel bad. Hey, don't worry about it. I know how you can make it up to me. Here, just read this.
Hey Flygon, do you know where I can rip slab packs and score real graded Pokemon cards?
Why, yes I do, and it just so happens to be the sponsor of this video, Arena Club. With Arena Club, you can open digital packs of trading cards starting at just $25 to reveal quality graded cards. And even though the pack ripping is digital, the cards are very real. These aren't NFTs. I pulled a special illustration Venusaur EX, and since Venu is in my personal top 3 Kano starters of all time, I just had to have him for myself. The entire point of Arena Club is to streamline the process of TCG collection while keeping my personal favorite part of it, the thrill of ripping a pack and seeing what's inside. Any cards you don't want to keep, you can sell right back to Arena Club to keep ripping, or you can store them in your showroom where you can trade and sell with other users. Arena Club is super transparent about what's in their slab packs and the odds of pulling different cards, so you can make an informed decision for yourself about whether each slab is worth your money. And Arena Club is also always dropping limited specialty packs that you can keep your eyes out for as well. Ultimately, it's a fun experience, and you can try it out for yourself with 20% off your first slab pack or card by heading to arenaclub.com/Flygon and popping in the code Flygon. Let me know what cards you pull in the comments down below, and one lucky viewer will get absolutely nothing, except maybe a little heart. Thanks so much to Arena Club for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to the challenge. Unfortunately, that does make for our first death. RIP to Spaghetti and Meatballs, 2 Geodudes that are now Geo-dead. And now that we've ditched the Maven of Death Cheryl, we can go back to get our Eterna Forest encounter. It's Baneri on deck for Leslie and Talo for me. No, I killed it! All good. I guess that makes us even. And besides, we have other encounters waiting on Route 211 and beyond. Fight and Flight join the team, and then in Mount Coronet, Fuslie scores Brawny the Bronzor, who pairs with my guaranteed Feebas spawn named James. So next up is Gardenia.
So I need to figure out how to beat Blossom, Tangela, Cherim, Grotle, Breloom, and Roserade. That sounds terrible. A Swellow would have really helped.
Finding 6 Pokemon that can handle this fight in normal circumstances is already a tall task. Add in the fact that I need to keep Fuslie's Pokemon in mind too, and it makes this fight downright diabolical. We do have one advantage on our side though.
Gardenia is a grass type gym, so my best bet. Oh, I got Infernape. This is gonna be a walk in the park. I might do a speed up challenge.
Well, Fuslie takes her self-proposed challenge to heart and sweeps the gym trainers with Swift and Batman before promptly telling me that she's ready for Gardenia. Nice work, Leslie. All good over here. Definitely not almost dying to random gym trainers. After a decent amount of prep time, I've made a plan, but it does require a sacrifice. For Fuslie.
All right, I'm gonna take Umbreon. I'm sorry.
What? It really do be your own, but that's fine.
With Chip sporting his new blue corn tortilla coat, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Hey, here's a game for you. Grab a coin and start flipping it. I bet that before you land heads 3 times, Fuslie will have beaten Gardenia. Ready, set, go! Yeah, she's already done. And that was with a Reflect setup. My fight is going to take a little bit longer than that. We start things off with Tater versus Blossom. I set up a layer of Toxic Spikes and shrug off a Stun Spore with a Cherry Berry, but as we land the first of 2 necessary Poison Fangs, Blossom uses another Stun Spore, plus a Teeter Dance on the following turn. Tater then promptly hits herself in confusion, but she's also able to tank Dazzling Gleams, get off a second layer of Toxic Spikes, and then eventually take the KO. This baits out Grotle, which is perfect. The whole plan for this fight is to bait Pokemon other than Gardenia's Roserade so that Toxic Spikes can get its maximum value. We can safely switch in with Purdy. Luckily for once, I've escaped the Flygon HG ability curse, and Purdy, despite the pugilistic provenance of his name, is more intimidating than reckless. Even at -1 though, a Seed Bomb is difficult to switch into, but that's what Chips is for. Grotle does land a Leech Seed, which makes things slightly more annoying, but this is still fine. We pass a Wish to Mountain on the Seed Bomb to bait yet another Bulldoze, but intimidated at -1 attack, Grotle actually doesn't see the kill on Mountain, so instead he opts for another Leech Seed. That consistent chip, in combination with Leftovers recovery, is making things really awkward, and I'm starting to sit a bit on edge.
How many do you have left? of his to kill, of Gardenia's to kill.
Leslie, I'm still on the second of 6 Pokemon here. Purdy has an attack IV of 3, so there's a chance that he just barely doesn't get the kill on Grotle with an Aerial Ace here, but I also don't really see any other options. Poison has Grotle on a timer, and I need Purdy to be the one to take this KO. So I rip my super effective hit.
Oh, son of a...
We're in a bit of trouble here. The plan was to have Purdy take the KO on Grotle, bait out Breloom thanks to her super effective Thunder Punch, and then immediately blow her Mushroom Cap clean off with a now quad effective Aerial Ace. But because Purdy got hit by Grotle, he's now dead to a Technician boosted priority Mach Punch. So instead, I now need another plan. First, I go into Taylor to tank a Mach Punch. It does huge damage, but crucially, it's not a 2-hit KO.
Okay, I think I can do it. I think I can do it. Here's what's gonna happen. He's not gonna get crit, and we're gonna Seed Bomb. Just don't get crit.
No crit. And that's not a lot of Seed Bomb damage, but it's something. Okay, next step.
Now we go to Staravia. This gets off the Intimidate. Oh, no.
What? Why is she switching like that?
This is really bad. That switch was completely unexpected, and not only does it mess up my line, Roserade's secondary poison typing means that my toxic spikes are no more. And yet, I do still see a potential out. It's just not gonna be bloodless.
Okay. I think I can do this. I think I can do this. Ready? Here's what's gonna happen. Purdy, you're going out of God. R.I. Purdy. You're just gonna do a little bit of damage with Quick Attack. R.I. Purdy. Bye, buddy. I don't know why you did that. That's weird, but I guess that's gonna be enough to kill. Okay. So now all we have to do, dodge a crit. Dodge a crit. And you're in, you're good, Mountain. Dodge a crit.
Shit. Okay.
Dodge a crit.
I'm scared.
Dodge the crit. Yeah!
Yeah.
Woo! This should kill.
No way. Oh my God.
Boom!
Let's go!
Okay. Still not out of the woods yet, honestly, but the hardest Pokemon is dead.
Leslie is practically cheering me on to sack the cow, but I think I see a way to save his life. Chips eats a shockwave and then dodges a stun spore as we wish up. And it's these wishes that make Chips the Umbreon an S-tier encounter. It may not look like it, but we actually have all the tools we need to win this. So I crack my knuckles and get ready to show my student why I'm the greatest to ever do it.
You don't even understand how good this is. Ready? Because we're gonna do something so f***ing sick. Okay,
I'm ready.
We're gonna wish. I hate you.
No.
What are we doing here? Why does it keep doing that?
Whatever, this is fine. Tater dodges a crit and gets healed up, but at this point, we have been steering for a while, and mentally, it is starting to take its toll on me. I use a couple switches to ensure that Breloom goes down to poison, and then it's once again off to Chips to deal with Gardenia's Tangela. Back to where we were just a few short turns ago, though our team is still quite damaged, and Gardenia has a fully healthy Focus S Cherim still waiting in the wing. But as Tangela foolishly paralyzes Chips to regain the speed advantage, we are actually right where we want to be.
So now, ready for this? This is where it's fun. Here we go. We go Wish. You go Grass Knot. Doesn't do that much. I go Wish. Okay, ready? Are you ready for this?
Ready. We're watching.
Are you ready for this? Now, I just Baton Pass. He gets fully paralyzed anyways. I don't. I Baton Pass out. Slow Baton Pass, free switch to Mountain. Look who gets healed.
Shut up. You're a genius.
Okay.
Let's go.
And now, Flame Wheel. We did it. One last Pokemon.
Wait.
Because here's what Cherim's gonna do. Cherim's gonna set up a sunny day for us. Thank you. Unfortunately, this does have a Focus Sash.
Oh.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't freaking matter. Do you want to have a second super potion for some reason? Let's see it. Let's see your second super potion. Yes! Let's go. Goodbye. Game. Okay, we did it. I did it. I got out of it. Oh my God.
Phew! That was stressful. I completely forgot that the Gen 4 AI loves to switch out their Pokemon, but I kept my cool, mostly, and steered my team to victory. 5 hours in, and at the end of day 1, we've got 2 badges, 2 deaths, and countless shared memories. Unfortunately, that is not remotely close to a sustainable pace. Remember, we now only have 2 more days to beat 6 more gyms and the entire Pokemon League. We really gotta pick up the pace, but at the same time, Gardenia was a major wake-up call for me, and I'm gonna need to be at the top of my game when prepping for these fights. So the goal for day 2 is ambitious.
Today, let's get to Gym 7.
Or like beat
Period.
Gym 7. Yeah, for sure.
Before we can head to Hearthome City, we've got to run Team Galactic out of Eterna City, which means another boss fight that could be a little tricky. Brawny uses their incredible type matchup to totally invalidate Jupiter's Zubat, which quickly brings out the big threat Skuntank. Unfortunately for Leslie, she's got to find a switch now, but she doesn't seem too worried.
I'm good. Skuntank's almost dead.
Brokeback is a Swiss Army knife with every tool designed to handle Skuntank. He shrugs off Night Slashes, he ignores a poison thanks to Leslie's last-minute questing for Pecha Berries, and he even perfectly strikes through Pepe Le Pew's multiple smoke screens thanks to a last-minute revelation.
Your Machop might have no guard.
Are you kidding? Can I
It's
check
either
that?
no guard or guts. Go to Pokemon and then go
Bro,
to summary.
I have no guard!
Yeah, it's no guard.
This game is too easy. Yeah, we're chill.
You're not gonna get crit. It's fine. Yeah.
Jupiter's dead. I killed her, murdered her.
Oh, and yeah, my fight is a cakewalk too. Between Slay, Tater, and Chips, my Pokemon are just way too strong for this fight. So with Jupiter down, I can collect my prize, a Porygon who gets linked with Fuslie's freshly hatched Togepi. We also get a pair of Ghost types in the old Chateau. Ghost the Rotom for me, Busta the Ghastly for Fuslie. And then, using our newly acquired Explorer kits, we snag 2 totally legit fossils, which we both lost the footage for. Sad. Next is the most difficult navigational task in the game. We may have traversed the winding roads of Eterna Forest and spelunked in the depths of the Sinnoh Underground, but nothing compares to the notorious bike path.
Attention all! The 19th annual Tour de Sinnoh is about to begin. The racers are at their starting blocks. On our left, the master of mashing, apprentice extraordinaire with a need for speed, Fuslie. And on our right, her very sensei, the veteran with a plan, Flygon HG. These two have been preparing for this event all their lives. Racers, to your marks, go! And they're off. This, folks, is a battle not just of speed, but also precision. Any trainer fight could derail their race in an instant, so they've gotta be sharp. What's this? Fuslie seems to be utilizing an innovative zigzagging technique. It looks low on danger, but high on pace. Flygon, of course, going slow and steady, and...
God damn it.
well, that just about does it. A major upset as Fuslie wins with plenty of time to spare.
Back in Orberg City, it's time to revive our fossils. Ma and Donna join the party, so now it's time to teach Fuslie a critical Nuzlocking trick.
So this is Route 206. In Renegade Platinum, there's a way to guarantee Gligar by repel manipping. What repel manipping means is because repels prevent any Pokemon that's under the level of the Pokemon that you're leading with, or like from encountering it. If you have a Pokemon at exactly level 22, then you can guarantee to only find the Pokemon that are at level 22. And in this case, it's only Gligar. The issue is that you don't have another Pokemon that you can catch here other than Gligar because we've already exhausted all your other opportunities.
So
we have to do
I will
for
get the
you-
Gligar.
No, I'm gonna keep the Gligar. We're gonna make you take a Honey Tree encounter.
Well, after waiting the required and perfectly reasonable 6 hours for Fuslie's Honey Tree to attract a Pokemon, it's time to see what my oh-so-important Gligar will be linked with. Damn, what are the odds? Wayward Cave holds 2 big prizes for Fuslie, a guaranteed Gibble encounter and the Earthquake TM. But there's a bit of an unanticipated problem here. This Gibble is going to murder Fuslie's entire team with Dragon Rage if she's not careful. Fortunately, if my bestie is anything, she's careful. But Dr. One Ball HG she is not, and despite a clutch sing, this rotund doofus refuses to be caught. In an effort to increase her chances of a successful catch, Fuslie goes for some damage, but...
Be able to catch it at this.
It's okay. Crit!
You know, we probably should have delayed this encounter until we had stronger Pokemon and better balls, but that would have required things like foresight and pre-existing game knowledge. Also, screw that Gibble, we don't need them. In Hearthome City, Fuslie gets her precious Eevee, which links to the egg from the Jubilife Trainer School that hatches into a Mantike. Not the best baby Pokemon we could have got, but at least she's not a dupe. Now it's Fantina time, so after just a short amount of prep, our concurrent fights begin.
Race it to the finish line!
I, of course, will not be winning that race. Fuslie's fish one-shots all of Fantina's Pokemon except for Miss Magius, who requires an onerous 2 bites. God, what a struggle. Honestly, though, my strategy is not dissimilar. In Renegade Platinum, Fantina leads with a Calm Mind setting Drifblim, who will eventually baton pass those boosts to one of her teammates. So a classic strategy for this fight is to use a male Umbreon who can spam Captivate to offset the Calm Mind special attack boost, such that once Drifblim eventually goes for her baton pass, Miss Magius comes in at -3 special attack. Actually, make that -5 special attack after one last Captivate. From here, it's completely free to switch into Taylor the Torterra and set up with a combo of Rock Polish and Sword Stance. Or rather, it would be completely free if we had Shell Armor. Since we don't, all we gotta do is risk 5 turns of crits. Just 5? You can count that on one hand. You know, assuming you're not like a sloppy Carpenter or Frodo Baggins. Anyways, by not at all playing around the crit, that's overrated as hell, Taylor is fully set up and so the fight is over. We outspeed and one-shot every single one of Fantina's ghosts. See, Fuslie isn't the only one that can pull off completely riskless sweeps. That said, we're 3 full hours into day 2 and only on our 3rd gym badge. We really gotta get moving, and nothing screams speed like backtracking to Route 208. We delayed this encounter until after defeating Fantina so that we could have Great Balls for a potential teleporting Ralts, though Fuslie ends up finding a Roselia and I get a Smeargle. Not a useless Pokemon, but one that requires an extensive amount of time and planning to unlock their full potential. On Fuslie's side, Roselia lands a Leech Seed, so she smartly decides to switch out. But...
No!
Oh.
I ran. It was just a miracle. Be honest, you were never going to use it.
Yeah, she's right. I couldn't care less. But I'm definitely using our next encounter because with a bit of repel manipulation, I can guarantee Egg the Chansey on Route 209, who gets paired with Plant, the very first Roselia Fuslie has ever found. This route also only has one Force Trainer battle, but it's these random fights that seem to result in the biggest jump scares. And this time, it's my turn to have a heart attack.
Oh no! No. My god, that was scary.
So in Renegade Platinum, Slay is an electric fighting type, which is pretty easy to forget, even though said fighting type has been helping me out a lot. Luckily, we get out alive and can focus on more pressing matters.
All right, do I talk to this Pikachu or what?
No, the Pikachu is a child dressed as a Pikachu. Don't be silly, Fuslie.
En route to Veilstone City, we snag 2 more duos, Mommy Milkers from Route 210 and Bubbly Bath from Route 215. In Maylene's gym, there's yet another close call against one of the gym trainers because I wasn't at the right level for the guaranteed damage roll. Meanwhile, Fuslie struggles with what we can all agree is one of the dumbest gym puzzles in the entire series. I'm being entirely serious, the semi-3D of Gen 4 really mucks with the depth perception of how these sandbags are lined up, and the delay that happens every time you accidentally run into one is infuriating. That being said, Fuslie does struggle with this to a comical degree.
Okay, this is a freaking gym for children. So obviously me, in my 33 years of wisdom, can do this.
Right, surely.
Wait, apparently the path has been cleared. I solved the puzzle long ago, and I didn't even know.
Probably gonna need to change teams.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
Wait, are you for real?
Yeah. You're probably gonna have to do that all over again, yeah.
You know, I've taken a lot of sacrifices for you. This is the one where you take it for me. Yes, you deal with it. The team that we have is the team you're going to get. No.
In Renegade Platinum, Maylene is not easily sweepable like Roark or Fantina. Her team is packed with hard-hitting powerhouses like Huge Power Medicham, Adaptability Lucario, Guts Toxic Orb Machamp, and Life Orb Iron Fist Infernape. So this is one of the more terrifying fights in the game. By the time I'm staring down Maylene, Fuslie is still trapped in her second trip through Sandbag Hell, but given that I have yet to finish a gym battle first, I decide to take advantage of the lead and kick things off. James is my starter, and thanks to a held choice scarf as well as his secondary fairy typing, he can outspeed an Oko Medicham with a Moonblast, which baits in Toxicroak. And immediately I realize that I've made a massive mistake.
My Glysaur is speed tied with Toxicroak. Is there a way to get out of that?
The plan was for Boss to switch in and take a quick Oko, but since we're speed tied, we're risking losing the 50-50 and falling to an Ice Punch. So now I'm back to steering. I need another solution, and for now, that's gonna be Ghost. Unfortunately, they get poisoned in the process, but at the very least, we can land a crucial burn via Will-O-Wisp that allows Boss to now pick up a much safer kill on the Toad just a few turns later. With that, I breathe a sigh of relief. Surely that's the worst of things, right? Nope, that was sarcasm, because Maylene now sends in her Focus Sash Lucario instead of the anticipated Machamp. This isn't a bug, by the way, I just f***ed up. Fortunately, Boss can handle Lucario here, though thanks to a critical hit from Toxicroak Sucker Punch, there is a bit of a risk.
Oh, let's just hope that Boss doesn't get crit here. That was highest high roll.
Well, that is just horrible bad luck and a really tough death. Glysaur is another staple to the Renegade Platinum Hardcore Nuzlocke, though since we once again lost the ability Coin Flip, Boss didn't have the extremely broken ability Poison Heal, so sour grapes or whatever. Regardless, I can still fight Lucario with James. Just 2 hits ensures the KO at the expense of a bit of our HP. But now the Thunder Punch and Machamp is here, and my electric type immunity is not. Instead, it's Chips who eats a Thunder Punch and baits a close combat for the switch to Robin, who tanks the hit thanks to his ROM hack mandated secondary psychic typing, which also lets him pick up the clean KO. Infernape comes out next, and while James looks like an absolutely great matchup, we have yet another speed tie here. I'm expecting a close combat on the switch, which would conveniently drop Infernape's defenses, but instead, my little Unagi eats up a Mach Punch on the switch, meaning that I very easily could have just stayed in. But now, if I can win the speed tie, or if I live a hit, then James should be able to pick up the KO. It's a big risk, but one I have to take.
I'm actually going for something a little crazy. Yeah, I just went Fire Punch. That's so weird.
Isn't that good?
Fucking crit.
No!
Well, that's yet another phenomenal teammate dead, and now I've got exactly one last chance at avoiding a wipe. It's up to Robin.
He might still live.
Really?
Yeah, he lived. Stupid game.
Okay. With Infernape down, Maylene's just left with her Gallade, and since his only attacking moves are Zen Headbutt and Drain Punch, the usual foolproof strategy for beating him is by switching between a Dark type and a Ghost type. But because my Ghost type got poisoned by Maylene's stupid Toxicroak, it does make this matchup a little bit trickier, though still doable. That's because Gallade also knows both screens and likes to set them up whenever possible. As a result, Chips can go for a Wish to heal Ghost on the switch. And then, with just a few more rotations to burn the remaining Drain Punch BP, we're finally able to KO Gallade and limp out of what ended up being the hardest fight of the run so far. Time to check in with my Soul Link partner and see how she fared.
How was your fight? Was it hard at all or not?
Oh, yeah, it was. At one point,
Yeah.
I had to swap from Wing Attack to Gyarados Flamethrower.
Frankly, it seems that when planning this challenge, I may have grossly underestimated Fuslie's capabilities. She is breezing through this game, and while it makes me happy to see how much she's improved from our last Nuzlocking adventure, I also feel pretty bad for slowing us down, because I also seem to have grossly overestimated my ability to beat Renegade Platinum, at least with the rushed planning mandated by our rigid time constraints. Nevertheless, short of giving up, there's nothing we can do but lie in the beds we've made and see this challenge through. Besides, the number one rule is to have fun, and any chance to game with friends is one worth seizing. After bidding adieu to two admittedly incredible duos, we head out for Pastoria City and our next set of encounters. Corndog, Dino Nugget, and a Chatot Remoraid pair that really stumps us on names.
Finding
Ollie
Nemo.
and Cracker.
How about Nemo and Dad, Marlin?
Nemo and Marlin? Okay.
As soon as we arrive in the swamplands of Pastoria City, I make sure to warn Fuslie about our upcoming challenge.
Do not go into the gym because it will start a rival fight.
Okay.
Hey, you will never believe what happens next. Go on, guess.
So let's figure out the rival fight.
Oh,
Still be relatively easy for you.
the fucking rival I just went in.
Well, because of this completely unavoidable mistake, I'm now forced to figure out how to beat this fight with my current team of 6. No substitutions.
In my defense, if you were to run the VOD back, it said don't go inside the gym.
Right.
So passing by the door is not going inside. But listen, we're going to do it, and I believe, and honestly, I believe you could take the extra challenge. That's why I've done it.
Yeah, that's just what I needed, is more of a challenge. Thanks, Leslie. The good news is that we can kick things off by immediately one-shotting my rival's first 2 Pokemon with powerful hits from a choice-banded Slay. His third Pokemon, Snorlax, requires a bit of repositioning thanks to said choice band, but by the end we've managed to set up rocks and bring Slay back in for another KO. Against Infernape, Robin comes in and uses his choice item to outspeed the ape and land the Oko after the defense drops from close Clizzy. Jan's Heracross is holding a Koba Berry, but thanks to our held Sharpbeak, Donna can actually nab the KO anyways, so last is Breloom, and thanks to our rocks invalidating his Focus Sash, it's just one more fly to nab a surprisingly easy win. Route 212 hooks us up with another encounter. Or it would, if Fuslie didn't eviscerate this Quagsire. But that's fine, additional encounters are for chumps, we don't need them. The Pastoria City gym trainers should be easy, even in perma rain, thanks to Corn the Cacturn's water absorbability. He freely and swiftly needle arms his way through Bibarrels, Celios, War Turtles, and Losing a Pokemon to a random gym trainer is embarrassing enough, but the real shame comes when I have to admit the circumstances of that loss.
That's a Nuzlocke, baby.
That is why I shouldn't have used Speed Up.
You were using speed up? Hopefully the speed up loss was a wake-up call. We do not need to be kicked while we're down. And no, it wasn't a wake-up call. I and Flygon will continue to speed up all the time.
Whenever we damn please.
Well, we cleared the gym, so now it's time to face the true threat, Crasher Wake. Fortunately, without the self-imposed pressure of playing as fast as I possibly can, this fight is honestly not that hard for me. But first, it's Fuslie's turn. As always, the name of the game is Efficient Warfare, and here her main weapon is Cat, who immediately subjects Wake's lead Gyarados to 10,000 volts of pure electricity, though that then brings out Wake's only Pokemon that Cat can't zap to death. Fuslie smartly switches in Batman on the Mudshot, and after a bit of damage with Fly, Busta can come in to eliminate the Quagsire, which brings in Floatzel last. But here's where things get scary. Sure, Cat can come in and take one crunch nicely, and even another on the following turn, but...
If you do math here, 112 divided by 3 is 3 into 11, which is 9. 3, which is already, all right, less than 40.
Nice
so it does 30 something damage every, but something like that. I don't know the range of the damage, but I'm pretty sure that it's not going to kill me. I'm pretty sure I can tank this.
10.
Unfortunately, despite Leslie's immaculate calcs, she didn't account for a double damage brine. Dog's not a bad loss for me at all, but Luxray is one of Leslie's favorites, and she looks pretty crushed. Plus, she still needs to figure out how to handle Floatzel. Floatzel. This threat is so big that for the first time it inspires Fuslie to actually check the docks, where she confirms that Floatzel has Ice Fang. After a little more deliberation, she brings out Fish for an Intimidate, objectively a great play. But on the very first turn out, Fish gets her defense dropped, and Bite hardly leaves a dent into Wake's Weasel. Leslie makes another heads-up play here though. She brings in Batman to take a crunch and gets a bit of damage off. But this is by far the most stressed I've seen her in this playthrough. Once she realizes that a potential Aqua Jet is on the table, she decides to go to Fish for another Intimidate drop.
You did it?
No. Unfazed. Wait, I'm flying type! It crit me!
Well, at this point, at least the battle is over. Busta wraps things up with a Sucker Punch, but for the first time, a gym battle has drawn blood for my partner. Not only did she lose 2 Pokemon, this is also the longest any battle has taken. Usually she speeds through each fight in 3 minutes or less, but this fight took more than 15 minutes. And after those 15 minutes, I have only just KO'd Crusher Wake's first Pokemon, but I've also functionally ended the battle. See, I spent the first 3 dozen turns or so executing a PP stall on Wake's lead Quagsire, courtesy of Ghost's new washing machine form, Robin's resistance to Ice Punch, and a healthy amount of Protects. When all's said and done, I've stalled out all of Quagsire's Earthquakes, Aqua Tails, and Ice Punches, leaving the derpy boy as a 165.3 pound useless lump consigned to recover at full HP while Taylor makes like his namesake and subjects Wake to a very cruel summer. At +4 speed and +6 attack, it's just 6 seed bombs until we've attained a truly riskless victory. Wake is defeated, but we've suffered heavy losses. Cat and Dog we can pretty easily do without, but Fish and Chips were MVPs on both sides. And to be honest, I actually don't think these deaths came because the game is too hard for Fuslie. It's actually because it's too easy. For most of this run, I've been the bottleneck, while Fuslie has patiently twiddled her thumbs as I prepare and sweat my way through various challenges. I don't blame her for going into autopilot. After all, that fight was the first time in the entire run that she's had to so much as look up a Pokemon's moveset. I fully believe that if she had had a reason to be checked in, then we could have absolutely gotten out of that unscathed. But the damage, regardless of the reason, is done, and we still have 2 more gym badges to clear before the night's over. After a trip to the Salacian ruins so that Schnitzel can evolve into a Jolteon, we've got a few small tasks to do. You know, stopping domestic terrorism, performing medical miracles on Psyducks, and most crucially, navigating the tall grass.
Okay, so no speed up on this route because there's some stuff that's kind of scary here.
Like the children popping out of the grass, the ninja trio, children of the corn.
The battles on this route are actually pretty intense. In particular, this ace trainer duo, Zach and Jen. Even in regular Platinum, they're a force to be reckoned with thanks to their lead combo of Lightning Rod Raichu and Gyarados. Rest in peace to our girl Fish. Avoiding this fight is going to require intense platforming precision from the woman whose greatest challenges have been the gym puzzles. But in this moment, Fuslie takes inspiration from the ninja boys lurking in the shadows around us. She becomes a stalwart sentinel, observing, watching every move that Zach and Jen make. After a perfectly reasonable amount of time scoping out the parameters of this life or death mission, she makes her move.
I'm fucking going. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Holy shit! I did it!
At this point, it is past midnight for me, and we are both fading fast. Fuslie, out of the goodness of her heart, does offer me an out.
All right, and listen, I understand it's late. We can call it and then grind tomorrow.
No.
Okay. Oh, whoa, whoa.
If there's one thing to know about Flagon HG, it's that I keep my promises. The run and bun video is coming, guys, I swear. But realistically, I knew that if we wanted an outside shot of beating the entire game on day 3, then we had to get to Snowpoint City on day 2. The end game of Renegade Platinum has a lot of tricky threats that I'll need a good amount of time to prepare for. So we have no other choice but to carry on into the wee hours of the night. And it's in this witching hour where I propose a brilliant way to save some time without any discernible downside.
So, here's what I propose. We Just keep going and don't get any more encounters. We ride this momentum.
I'm a f***ing genius. That means that we soon find ourselves in Canalave City, slicing through our respective rivals like a pair of perfectly cooked fish fillets. And despite a significant uptick in our speed, the coming up on 9 hours of consecutive streaming is starting to have its effects.
Who's that woman?
That's a man.
Am I facing the gym leader? Why is this thing so strong? What the?
I feel my last few brain cells leaving my body.
Okay, I may have disastrously effed up, but not yet. Am I fine?
Yeah, it's a fucking Magnemite.
That's not
If
the
you
problem.
lose a
The
Pokemon
problem
to a
is
Magnemite,
it's not about being a Magnemite. Of course, I'm not going to lose a freaking Pokemon to a Magnemite. Okay, what the problem is the over leveling that
you're
may
fine.
happen here. Really?
yeah, probably.
I'm speeding up. You're right.
Okay, I am ready to go. I am patiently waiting, anticipating.
I'm almost there.
I'm going. See ya,
What?
sucker.
What the hell, man? We always wait for each other. That's a Soling. What the hell? No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. You take forever anyway, so.
Oh yeah, drag my ass.
I'm just saying, for time efficiency's sake, all right? You should probably get it going.
Okay. I've started. Good luck
Okay.
navigating the puzzle meant for 12-year-olds.
I'm literally here at the door.
Uh-huh.
I'm staring at Byron.
Uh-huh.
I'm saving.
Oh my god, you guys, with this head start, I think I've got a good shot at finishing a battle before Fuslie for the first time since Jupiter. And it's all thanks to sweet little Dino.
Crit, 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 crit. Oh, wow, actually a crit. Sick. Okay, that makes things easier.
This is Roark's dad? Did you know that lore?
Yeah, they look exactly alike.
Do they? Oh, they do have like purple hair.
Actually, don't think Roark has purple hair. Pretty sure Roark has like auburn hair.
Can you focus on your battle?
Yeah, I've already killed 2 of my mons.
Wait, what? Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Okay. Steelix is what type? What type is Steelix? Rock, ground?
Nope, steel ground. We're in the steel gym.
Well, okay.
I think I'm gonna beat you.
No, you're not.
I've got 2 more mons left, so you better hurry up.
Oh, it's actually a GG.
You won. Darn it.
Duh.
It's not fair.
Close
Are you on
my-
speed up?
Now I am.
Well, that's
Let's flipping go!
that's just bub kiss.
Byron! Bye, Byron!
That right there is 6 badges.
Tell me there's not like a whole crazy plot thing in between 6 and 7.
You know, Leslie, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a bunch of fights, but I can't remember whether it's now or Oh, no, we do have to fight some stuff.
I don't think you're gonna make it. I'm just being honest.
I will make it based on spite alone.
After Rowan informs us that we, a pair of 12-year-olds, are the best bet to handle a national crime syndicate, Fuslie and I head over to Lake Valor, where I start planning my team for the fight against Saturn.
You know, it'd be great here. A dark type. Too bad we never had one.
Do you resent me because of the Umbreon?
No, I resent you for other reasons.
That said, I'm pretty sure I've got this fight down. Saturn's only scary Pokemon is her Bright Powder Bronzong.
I would love if you didn't blow up Bronzor. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. This guy explodes. Am I fucked? I miss the 10%, and this guy blows himself to smithereens, which is the funniest place to blow oneself up. I think I kind of gotta just roll this, and if I die, that's real bad. Trust the process, right? Trust the process! Okay, we did it. Whew, phew.
Crisis averted. On Fuslie's side of things, Nugget manages to get his first set of KOs, and then Swift cleans up Bronzor to the dulcet tones of our duet.
Are we out of the
Simply-
woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods? Are we in the clear yet? 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 Are we in the clear yet?
Are we in the clear yet?
In the clear, yeah, good.
Good.
So next we've got a date with Mars at Lake Verity, but this fight, well, let's just say it's not my favorite.
This sucks. I wish I was dead. Oh my god, this Crobat has Bright Powder?
No, I do wish I was dead. That sucks, man.
Hey, what's a Nuzlocke without a few urges to be dead, right? I know we gotta go fast, but I'm also looking at this fight and I'm checking my box, checking for TMs I could get, but man, I just don't see an easy way to do this. It's almost as if I could stand to have a few more encounters or something. After a decent amount of prep, I have my team. Ghost, Tater, Slay, Wiener, Donna, and Taylor. It's time to bring Mars back down to Earth. For Fuslie, Schnitzel uses Choice Specs Thunderbolts to sweep his way through Golbat and Bronzor, but Purugly, as we know, is the real demon. A fake out immediately puts Schnitzel into slash range, but it's all good because she still has Swift. Or she would if he wasn't forced to take an untimely cat nap. After a few slashes, Swift is no longer safe, so Busta comes in and gets some good damage off with Psychic, and that's when I drop in for some bad news.
You know, Fuslie, I think we might be in a bit of trouble.
I'm also screwed. I need to look this up. I need to look it up.
I think we may be in a bit of trouble.
I think we might be. Ah, shit.
Well, shit.
Well, shit.
Leslie quickly figures out that Mud the Bastiodon perfectly walls Purugly, and she's able to finish things off with a needless Omni Boost to boot. She cheers, but I think that may be a bit premature. Let's go back to the beginning of my fight. I start off with Ghost against Mars's Crobat, who has both Bright Powder and Double Team, which she of course immediately uses. Luckily though, Ghost lands a Thunder Wave, and thanks to the Shockwave TM that I just picked up, we can land guaranteed hits. However, I don't want to take the KO with Ghost, because I need to bait a specific Pokemon in next. With that in mind, I go for an Air Slash instead.
Perfect. Oh, no. I screwed up. Unless that doesn't kill. Yeah, no, that kills. Okay.
Well, unfortunately, that messes up my entire line, which for the life of me, I cannot remember even when looking back at this footage. But surely I had some sort of plan for this fight, right? Regardless, Bronzong comes in second, and with them, a familiar line.
Well,
Okay.
here's hoping this doesn't blow up. Well, here's hoping this doesn't blow up again. Crit? Can we 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 crit? Okay, unideal. But better than the alternative, I think.
Despite being able to successfully take out Bronzong, Ghost did let Stealth Rocks go up, and as Kangaskhan comes in next, this is where I tell Fuslie things have officially gone off the rails. See, this Kangaskhan has Double Edge, Scrappy, and a Muscle Band, meaning that I have no good switch-ins. My best bet is Taylor, who I'm just gonna have to pretend is Shell Armor, because if I get crit, this battle is as good as over. My starter comes in. And Taylor escapes the crit, but I'm still not feeling good about my situation. I have to dodge another crit here because Kangaskhan moves first. And Taylor just holds on to get off a solid chunk of damage. With that, Donna can come in and take her turn at the crit roulette. Even resisted though, this double-edged damage is brutal. Half of my team is basically dead now, and I still have 2 Pokemon to handle. The first is the Demon Purugly, who hits like a truck and threatens sleep. But I'm actually going to use that fact against her. First, I switch to Tater on the Play Rough. And next,
Here's what you're gonna do, you stupid fat f***ing cat, okay? You're gonna Hypnosis. You're gonna see that you don't do that much damage to Tater, and you're gonna Hypnosis, and that's gonna give me a free switch into Slay because he has Vital Spirit. You're gonna try to Hypnosis. You are
Come on,
not
Slay.
gonna crit. You're literally not gonna crit. You're simply not gonna crit.
You're not gonna crit. No crit.
That damage is brutal. Without the crit though, Slay can dispatch Purugly with a choice Scarfed Close Combat, but the Fat Cat really isn't the problem. It's Mars's last Pokemon, a Yanmega with Speed Boost who's packing Bug Buzz, Psychic, Air Slash, and a pair of nifty Wise Glasses to boot. The only two Pokemon that can one-shot Yanmega are Ma and Slay, but they don't have enough HP to switch in, and after a single speed boost, both will get outsped. Tater and Wiener, the latter here for his debut battle, both have decent HP, though neither can do much damage to Yanmega in return, and Wiener also takes super effective chip damage from Stealth Rock. Definitely what you would call an unideal situation, but these two are my only hope. I'll need damage from both, and it's clear who I should go to first. Mantine's massive special defense stat means that Wiener has the better matchup. On the Switch, we see Bug Buzz, the absolute best possible move, especially with no special defense drop. All of a sudden, this is very doable because Wiener can easily tank 2 low roll air slashes, which will get us out of this fight completely scot-free. So Yanmega rips her first.
That was not a low roll, and I flinched. Okay, I might wipe here.
Wipe?
Yep.
My stomach sinks. That flinch may have single-handedly torpedoed 15 hours of gameplay.
There's no way out?
There is. By cheating. No,
Well,
basically, this needs to low roll air slash or miss it.
what's the percent chance it misses?
10%.
10% only?
Maybe it's 5%. No, I think it's 10%.
So there's a chance.
I can't believe this is gonna happen.
It's okay. Whatever happens, it's okay. The Yanmega claws!
Low roll, low roll, low roll, low roll.
Okay, believe it or not, there is still one last out. Tater can eat a Psychic and retaliate with a Flamethrower. If she crits or even burns, then we still win.
But I am rivalry boosted.
Come
Crit,
on,
crit,
Tater.
crit. Burn.
And just like that, it's over. One by one, Yanmega picks off each and every one of my beaten and bruised teammates until I'm staring at a brutal and unexpected wipe that is entirely my fault. That was nowhere close to an unwinnable fight, even with the objectively stupid decision to bypass a bunch of new encounters along the way. My item choices were suboptimal, my movesets were bad, and when things started going awry, I could have made smarter decisions about conserving HP and making some strategic sacrifices. Hindsight is tragically 2020, but my best bet would have been to sack Tater for some damage against Purugly, such that Slay could have then just one-shot both the cat and the demon dragonfly with choice-locked Volt tackles. Alternatively, I could have tried to take the KO with Donna, who could then also swiftly take the KO on Yanmega. At the end of the day, despite a nasty flinch, it was sloppy play that brought about my demise. And it's a reminder that even 5 years into making Nuzlocke content, these games still find new ways to humble me. Nevertheless, this Soul Link was so much fun. Fuslie is an amazing stream partner and honestly a pretty damn good Nuzlocker. Next time, Fuslie needs a harder challenge. Any deaths she did face mostly just came from the boredom of being able to stomp through the game. And for me, as much as I hate to admit it, next time I'll probably need something a little easier. I say next time because there will most definitely be one. We are already planning our return to the Soul Link, so be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date. If you aren't already following Fuslie, definitely fix that egregious mistake because she's the absolute best. As always, thank you all so much for the support. Stay tuned for more Nuzlocke videos, including even more Soul Links, and until then, remember to always play around the critical hit.